Chapter 4 Season 4 is 24 days away when I'm recording, with Dollar Mustard returning after months of being inactive, teasing what's upcoming in terms of map changes and the fate of the Fortnite reality to end off this chapter, on top of our first official look at the leaked artwork, as well as a ton of brand new features that have been worked on for quite some time finally arriving. Do yourself a favour, stick with me for 480 to 600 seconds being the full length of this video so that you don't miss any of these brand new leaks that have poured out today. It would put a giant smile on my face and cheer up Charlie the Charcoal Pug if you could enter code FM1 inside the Fortnite item shop right now. Literally, I believe one of the shortest codes to enter, and it greatly supports us and the channel. Last video I asked you guys to name this emote, and here's a ton of hearted comments on screen right now that got it right. This now, however, is our new emote, so let me know what this is down below in the comments, and if you get it right and your comment gets hearted, it could be showed on screen in the next video. And considering we're incredibly close to 2.55 million subscribers, whilst you're clicking buttons, hit the button, turn on all notifications. After all, it only benefits you, as we do try and give different subscribers every single day, with proof for that on screen right now. Diving straight into it, of course, first of all, we need to know that this month's crew pack is now live, with it being August 1st when I'm recording and uploading, granting us not only Princess Lexa being one of the most popular unreleased before it released now skins on the Fortnite surveys, but also Prince Orion and everything else you're seeing on reward screen right now to do with the back bling for Prince Orion, the dual harvesting tools, the singular harvesting tool, even the loading screen, and finally, if you're subscribed to the Legacy set or have been this entire time, you'll get the Blizzard Spite harvesting tool, with the back bling being next month, and then in October, we finally get the Volpez skin that we can see as an NPC on the island right now. Even if we didn't see a battle pass granted for this month's crew pack like all the others, it would be still worth the subscription or money in itself, as it's the first time we've seen 2 skins added for just 1 month. With that said, of course, if you haven't already bought the paid version of the battle pass or got it on your account for Chapter 4 Season 3, it will be granting you upon Chapter 4 Season 4 rolling around this battle pass. And speaking of battle passes, not only with it granting us access to the Rocket League one, but also 1000 V-Bucks. This, if you save them, will give you an extra boost in terms of buying some of the tiers for V-Bucks once the season launches. Speaking of the season launch, with 25.20 going live being the second to last downtime update, as the next one supposedly before 26.00 25.30 is meant to be scheduled for August 8th. This hasn't been updated. Of course, the end date of this season on the battle pass in 25.20, and on top of that, data miners have come out kinda confirming in other avenues now that this season isn't going to be extended past this date. This all surfaced on Twitter from Sheena, stating on the 29th of July, Fortnite is now preparing its hash flag for Chapter 4 Season 4, and first of all, before I read any more, this is the hash flag, what he means, the logo next to the hashtag itself for Chapter 4 Season 4, but for Chapter 4 Season 3. He then follows up, the hash flag for Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 4 will be activated on August 23rd, 2 days before the season starts, and we already have a good indication as to what this artwork or symbol will look like we see this one for Fortnite Wilds, and of course this means it's going to be applied not only to the Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 4 hashtag, a particular emoji that's unique to Fortnite that they've actually added, but on top of that, as previously mentioned, the same symbol can be seen next to the same kind of variations of hashtag representing the season. As you see in all the different variants of Chapter 4 Season 3's hashtag on screen right now, you'll be most interested to know that on the 23rd, 2 days before as well, this will be when the hashtag is revealed, giving us our first reveal simultaneously to the name of next season, like the name of this season for instance, in the hashtag also is Fortnite Wilds. Believe it or not, we may already know what the artwork emoji next to these hashtags for Season 4 of Chapter 4 might be, and this being a volcano. Dollar Mustard finally returned to Twitter in terms of cryptically teasing or posting things regarding things upcoming in the world of Fortnite to this scorched fire, with the logs in it upon joining them up as people are theorizing, spelling out or showing the number 4, especially most interestingly if it's flipped. Despite the other volcano leaks and teases that we've got to go over in just a second, foreshadowing it is definitely upcoming through the astral map that's literally going to be projected in the sky. As you can see, data miners leaked toward the end of Season 3 in 4 stages named Riftgate and Skytear, which is going to be a similar situation as to the final days of Chapter 4 Season 1, with this Skytear growing even crazier than in the Season 2 cinematic trailer, pulling in the mega city which nobody expected to the Fortnite island. Take note of what I mentioned about this image needing to be flipped. Of course, as we approach the end of this chapter now and the last reality, the Herald and Cube Queen have ended off the prior 2, being Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. As we know, they're returning, which we're going to move on to later in the video to end off this reality, concluding the Chapter 4 storyline, with the name of Chapter 3 when it launched literally being flipped in terms of, you know, showing also in the end event of Chapter 2 how we got there with the island flipping over. Could this be implying that the island is going to be completely set on fire, resembling the number 4 for Chapter 4, and considering the image needs to be flipped, that something on the scale of both prior end events for both prior chapters is going to be happening for the Chapter 4 finale, codenamed Jurian, that we already know they've been working on since Chapter 4 Season 2. Speaking of Chapter 4 Season 2, the other volcano teases were the volcanic rock and magma rocks or something like that. Either way, you see in the the tweet from Hypex on screen right now, which he initially speculated at the bottom of the tweet stated to do with the geysers at the outskirts of Mega City on this inactive volcano looking structure. This of course never turned into a volcano at the start of this season, but once it launched in the Battle Pass, we have even further implications as to a volcano upcoming, thanks to all of these cosmetics, you know, this sticker of the volcano erupting, this volcanic magma rock looking contrail, and then this molten lava looking axe. This can only imply that not only is this map change upcoming, but very soon, meaning next season, as when Epic Games typically foreshadow something through a cosmetic in the Battle Pass, like the Angry Volcano sticker or emoticon in Chapter 1 Season 8 when we did have a volcano already. This implied the live event that then later occurred at the end of that season being the unvaulting, where we literally saw erupt after getting out of the vault once we chose as a community the drum gun to be unvaulted. Some more breaking news regarding new features that isn't mentioned on this list. First person of course is further being developed, which you're seeing of gameplay around Mega City right now. I'm guessing this isn't going to be added until Chapter 5 however, but with that said, FireMonkey has tweeted out a list of worked on features right now that could be upcoming as early as next season launching. He states back before Chapter 4 Season 2 launched, me and G-Matrix Games had leaked a few Battle Royale mechanics that hadn't released yet. Those are legendary augments from combat caches, mutated animals from monster crystals, big attachable wheel grenade, rope and chain launcher, wall running and wall kicking, new exotic weapons being a boogie bomb grenade launcher, a firefly grenade launcher, a gas grenade launcher, a slug projectile shotgun, balloon sniper, flare shotgun, gas sniper and rift pistol. You may be wondering for the reason of this tweet, as not all of these are going to be upcoming next season. Well, he stated at the bottom, the reason I'm bringing these old leaks back to the timeline is because as the seasons have gone on, some of the upcoming things leaked back then have still been releasing over time, so as we get close to the next season in less than 25 days left, I thought why not allow some people to speculate over what might be added. Before the soon release of next season, I'm guessing Epic aren't going to be having this offer up for long, as they've halved the cost of many real life money packs, not through V-Bucks but actual cash. And if you wish to support me when picking those up or the Battle Pass, again FM1 is the code. You could also use that for picking up the Jujutsu Kaisen cosmetics that have now officially been leaked to be this collab that Hypex and Sheena were also referring to, despite it not being One Piece of course. These of course are item shop skins as you can see from the leak, meaning this One Piece collaboration potentially could be upcoming also next season. Maybe Luffy is the secret skin like Optimus Prime got revealed to be, revealed on potentially another piece of early leaked key art for Chapter 4 Season 4 in this case, not Chapter 4 Season 3 that you're seeing on screen. Something that we also expected to be added this season, considering each season so far in Chapter 4 we've seen a mini Battle Pass, Chapter 4 Season 1 Most Wanted, Chapter 4 Season 2 Find the Force or the Star Wars collab. With it being leaked prior to this season starting that a racing mode or LTM would be upcoming with its own Battle Pass, and Sheena literally tweeted Chapter 4 Season 3 will have 2 Battle Passes upon launch, meaning this was expected to release alongside the Chapter 4 Season 3 Battle Pass. This never happened, but now we have an update on the racing mode and LTM and its limited time Battle Pass being bigger than we ever initially imagined, and the release date. Sheena stated today details about the upcoming racing mode. Casual mode, it will have 12 maps, rank mode 4 maps, time trials and tutorial modes. The release date is Chapter 5, has its own Battle Pass, a garage menu in the lobby so we can customize cars, and you can unlock multiple cars. I'm guessing this is going to be like the Los Santos Customs garages from GTA 5. Fingers crossed it isn't. We can save personal taste developed or customized cars or vehicles, like we can save the presets for actual sets that we can wear in locker right now and load them up. And as Fortnite have literally just revealed now in trailer form through Peely and Fishstick doing these shadow signs, then revealing the collaboration breaking through the wall of Jujutsu Kaisen, data miners are talking about another limited time Battle Pass upcoming this season in the final update 25.30, meant to be releasing around August 8th with a paid and non-paid version just like Find the Force. As we briefly spoke about mini Battle Passes, I saw this tweet and I had to show you guys how cool would it be for Fortnite 2023 being one of the biggest seasonal events of the year if we saw a mini Battle Pass, and obviously this is the concept that they've created on screen right now. Personally, I think these mini Battle Passes, especially when a season is halfway through, to revive people or bring them back to play the game consistently, are way better than simply having some quests and rewards that don't have their own specific menu. This could even be coming as early as next season, as for Season 4 they're already working on some Halloween things, meaning Fortnite Mares is going to go over this particular period. This was provided by Wenser on July 26th. Epic accidentally added the Chapter 4 Season 4 NPC spawn file in this update. It includes a new Fortnite Mares boss codenamed Vampire. No other bosses are referenced. Rift encounters and animals will be staying in Season 4. Another tweet he put out on July 26th regarding Season 4 and a location potentially was, these look to be new Season 4 versions of the high card bunkers, meaning the boss that spawns mid-match at specific locations, so expect to see radio towers on the map with their new boss next season, to which Echo followed up with Season 4 in info summarising this all: new radio towers, landmark / POI, where a version of the high card bosses will spawn, vampire boss, llamas / raptors vaulted sadly, and previously leaked desert biome and armoured cars that we saw prior to this season. They were working on Joshua trees. We have this weird palm tree looking area already on the outskirts of the island, potentially meaning the desert biome would be coming here, as they're almost like testing it in a very subtle way by adding these trees that are unique. However, with armoured cars, I'm guessing they're going to wait to add this in Chapter 5 alongside the racing LTM, when everything's going to be surrounding vehicles more so. It's safe to say the Season 4 storyline is all over the place, and despite in Chapter 4 Season 1 Amy being the only thing left attached to the Seven that we literally heard off of, since her telling us that the Chrome had changed, all members of the Seven that we saw being the scientist, the Origin, and the Visitor, we haven't heard of her since then, when the Rift Gate was activated by Eevee pulling in the Mega City. Regardless, with the Foundation set to return next season based off some leaks we're going to be reading out shortly, it's important to note off the Fortnite servers, it's already been determined for literally so long now that this is Amy, that the scientist constructed this robot to obviously assist him or be his assistant. Here's what that could look like in game or on reward screen form upon obtaining it in game that my thumbnail designer managed to recreate or sculpt early as a 3D model. As for the Seven making a return, despite Dollar Mustard stating in a podcast that their storyline isn't over, Firemonkey confirmed that furthermore, and the Foundation potentially returning next season as soon as it launches, like in Chapter 3 Season 1 as a mythic boss on the island. Here is a list of mythics planned to be unvaulted during Chapter 4 Season 4. Gunner's Stinger SMG, meaning not only he's returning, the Foundation's MK7AR, Zygon Choppy's Ray Gun, implying the last reality return, as these were alien-like creatures and mythics attached to them, Overclock Pulse Rifle, and the Havoc Pump Shotgun. Specifically, the Foundation's MK7AR was only the mythic variant that he held as a mythic boss or dropped once you eliminated him. This could only imply he's on the island in Chapter 4 Season 4 upon it launching, or in one of the updates, meaning he's returned as a forefront of the storyline, despite him involuntarily supposedly leaving his helmet behind underneath the mighty monument at the end of Chapter 3, which sadly we didn't get to see inside in terms of the bunker underneath. Restro followed up to these leaks stating, "I think we all know what that means. The last reality is returning next season, and it seems the Seven except Paradigm will return next season, judging by Foundation's rifle being set to be unvaulted in Season 4, and we'll also maybe see Amy, which I previously mentioned." This image is very important in depicting how the last reality will obviously approach the Chapter 4 reality that got made in the Chapter 4 trailer from different realities pulled together from the 0 points, as the Cube Cradle has only been seen once in-game during the Chapter 2 end event, but through a reality portal, as it's too big to approach anywhere near the island. Here is it in comparison to a mothership right now, which we know are bigger than the Chapter 2 and 3 flip side, and then this flip side island itself next to the mothership in terms of size. How we know the last reality are approaching is because Optimus Prime has warned us in his voice notes this season upon completing quests that formidable enemies have taken notice, meaning the last reality, about the power that once flowed through this island has grown weak, meaning the 0 point, after being in its hibernation state right now in this substance, in case, after pulling the island together as its codename Petrified 0 point in the files, kinda like what happened to it in Chapter 2 Season 6 that I mentioned in other videos, when it literally protected itself then by forming the spire around it. This perhaps gives the last reality confidence now to infiltrate the Chapter 4 island or reality that we're currently in, as we know from the alpha version that never made it to the cinematic of the Fracture events. The last reality are skeptical or even scared of the 0 point's true potential or power. From trying to abduct it, it literally instantly destroyed a mothership and then flew off. With us currently being in a starless void, as Optimus Prime also described in another voice recording, could that mean, as there's no reality bubble like Reality 0 around it or the loop, which the Herald obviously then destroyed, could the Cradle ship approach finally from afar the Chapter 4 island on the edge of it, trying to make sure once again nothing remains of the Fortnite island? If so, who's going to be in command of this, as we already had leaked this character called the General, which is an early concept form you're seeing on screen right now, and here are the selectable styles, which have a large reference or look to the Scientist, which many people believe is the changed version of him after consumption of the Chrome. Personally, I don't want to see this, as we don't know what happened to the Herald storyline with her being shrunk in this reality as the reality tree fused, which you're seeing on screen right now from Chapter 4 Season 1 and 2 as a map change, as this literally crumbled or turned to nothing once the earthquakes and jungle biome got revealed over this area, even in Chapter 4 Season 3 upon its launch. Don't forget we have this different version of the Herald on the Fortnite surveys, and with the character Serenade being introduced with these monolith structures, as she was an NPC there, harnessing the power of both water and chrome. Water is needed to create amber, and as you can see, this looks like it's made up of amber, this brand new Herald character. With Fortnite wanting to correlate the skins like explorers to the theme of this season, I adding a jungle, or what's changed most recently being a jungle biome added. I'm guessing they're going to be doing that to complement the Volcano map change that will be coming in Season 4, and for that reason here's everything kind of relating to fire or lava or even magma off of the Fortnite surveys right now. And speaking of last reality skins that could be upcoming, here are all the ones I managed to find that remotely resemble any last reality looking character or kind of presence that we've previously seen in the Fortnite multiverse. Drop a like if you're excited for any of these skins potentially upcoming in Season 4, and subscribe to the channel for more with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future leaks as soon as they pour out. Don't forget to enter code FM1 now or the next time you log on. But speaking of other videos, click this one I picked out for you right now if you haven't watched it already, whilst you wait for the very next upload I do publish on the channel.